Hi everyone, welcome back to Window Chats with Robyn, the Instagram live podcast where I sit by my window and chat with very interesting people. Today's guest is Mahaney. Oh, Dylan, I hope I said your last name right. I think it's correct. It sounded good. I met Dylan in, oh my gosh, I think last month at a comedy show, and he's doing a comedy show this Saturday at 3 p.m. So that's exciting, something to watch. We're going to discuss. I don't want to give anything else away. I'm going to invite him in. Oh, okay. Let's see if it works. Because last time I didn't want to work. And I had thoughts. So let's try and invite him. Maybe. I'm inviting you in, Dylan. Oh my God, hi!
Oh my, okay. Oh, it's too bright.
Okay, adjust the lighting. Let's see. Oh, are you by a window? Oh.
I'm by a window. That's the rule, right?
It's not, but I appreciate you, and I appreciate any guest that goes by a window, because that's a bright sun that you have. The sun is setting on my side, but it's very bright in your face.
Yeah,
So,
I'm one of like the most luckiest people to have a spot in Toronto where I see the water and I see more water, and then I get to see the sunset every night.
I have so many thoughts, and I really want to hate you right now, but it doesn't seem good to hate my guests. So we're gonna move past the fact. Is it just because you're a realtor, though? Like, did you find this space? You've been honing on it. Okay, go on.
No,
Like,
so I when I moved here, I I got a job offer on the Tuesday.
okay, but
Wednesday, I secured a place, and I was here Sunday.
okay, it's not supposed to be this easy for anyone. So the problem is if someone asks you how easy is it to move to Toronto, you go, this is my story. And it's not the norm, sir. Okay.
I know. It was actually so, yeah, all I needed to, and I worked. I worked the whole week, so my only day off was Saturday, and that was a travel day because I stopped in Montreal for the night. So, yeah, it's super easy.
Yeah,
Like we're
everyone, make the move. Make the move. It's fine.
we're just what do you need to like? What are you holding on to?
What's the issue? Real
Yeah,
estate is not a problem in Toronto. Yeah. You
no,
heard it here, folks.
I yes, I know somebody who put 5 offers on an apartment, um, and yeah, didn't win any. 5 offers.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
And what was was it over asking?
No, because they're like the rentals. So typically,
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
I've
I
heard
never sold real
rentals say
estate
like
here.
people have to pay for the whole year, and then they're also upping the monthly fee they're willing to pay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't appreciate Toronto realty. So I mean, look, I bought during COVID, so you
That was that was really the best time. It was the best time to sell during COVID. Right now, the market is a little like, it's kind of not cool right now. But rentals are on and popping.
mm,
Like if you bought an investment property during COVID, that was a good move. And then right now to rent it, amazing. If you rented, like you secured a lease and a relationship with a landlord during COVID, brilliant. Yeah,
if you didn't, you made the wrong choice. So
correct. But the thing is, with real estate, you never know, like, you never know when it's bottom until it's going up.
it's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like the only gamble I'm willing to take, I think.
In real estate?
Yeah, is to invest in real estate. But even then, I'm not a gambler, right? And I know it's not technically a
Yeah.
gamble,
Yeah.
but for me, anything of spending a large amount of money, I feel like I go to Vegas. It's it doesn't make sense. It doesn't have to make sense. I love these real estate tips we're getting. I've never looked this good on a window chat, so just I don't know what to do with my hair right now. I just had a headshot session. Shout out to Lisa Vella. Thank you for this. But I don't there's so many things because normally she was there to get it out of my way.
Hmm.
I'm sure you have that same problem.
All the
You
time.
know, hair and makeup person. Where are they?
All the
I
time.
would wouldn't you love a permanent hair and makeup person just following you around, giving you touch-ups? No?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, no. I cut my own hair.
Oh,
Um, yeah,
well, you
that's
do a great job. It doesn't
it's
look like that.
because I'm cheap. I don't have patience for it. Like I really,
Mm.
um, I don't like feeling somebody else's body pressed up against me while they're cutting my hair.
You made cutting hair very sensual. I've never heard someone say that's why they don't like getting a haircut.
I also don't want the chat.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
It's an awkward chat there
yeah.
because you can't hear half the stuff that's being said, right? There's got the loud stuff.
Well, I
Uh,
don't get the bloat. Like it's
you
literally
don't get any. Okay. Well,
like
maybe it's
they.
very loud scissors. They're very loud.
what's
The
what's loud is their
buzzer.
conversation. The sweeping, how like you can't. I'm surprised I don't get noise complaints
Oh my
from
God,
the
it's
sweeping is.
aggressive.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
hair that when the hair falls down, it's like earthquake noises. Everyone
yeah,
ducks for cover. They thought it
yeah,
was a gunshot. It's terrifying. So I get you with
yeah.
I
Um,
love when I talk to a comedian. Oh my goodness.
I love that you said this is the most beautiful that you've ever looked on this. You look beautiful always. I was thinking, on my way home today, I was thinking, and I have to update you.
Oh,
But I was thinking on my way here if I should wear with the sweater that I have in my headshot. But then I decided, so I have a bunch of these like old Ralph Lauren shirts, and it's like crazy big. But I feel like this is what Martha Stewart would wear when she's tending to her garden, and that's truly the life that I want. Like
I
I want to.
actually picture that so much right now. She would wear that.
She would wear an oversized Ralph Lauren shirt to
Yeah,
go to the garden, and like this color especially, I feel
yeah.
is very like garden worthy with a
Very
nice wicker
Martha.
basket. Gathering cabbage and like chicken eggs and stuff. Like that's. So
Chicken eggs in a garden. What is happening in this garden?
well, you have chickens.
Okay, but that's like a coop.
Yes, but you're out tending to the garden, and you grab the chicken eggs
Oh,
along
okay.
the way.
And then you go and milk the cow, of course.
No, no,
That's too far. That's not garden. That's farm.
I'm,
Okay, I don't.
well, here's the thing. In this unrealistic fantasy, that's too far. Having a cow is
No,
too
that's where we
much.
draw the line. Okay, good. Now we know. We went there. That's what you have to do with comedy. You have to go there, then know that you cross the line and pull back.
Yeah, that's
You know
it.
what? I have to thank you because you gave me, I know, I don't even know if you remember our conversation when we met, but you
Of
dropped
course.
such words of wisdom. Of course, you remember everything because you're a genius. But you literally gave me such great advice for comedy. I actually really do appreciate this because I randomly found out I'm doing stand up tomorrow night. And I had, I think, 4 days to write something. And obviously, all these ideas are coming to my head and I've yet to solidify my thoughts. Great. But I remember you saying, write, keep writing. And then when you're tired, write more. And that write more, that little bit, gold.
Yeah,
It's so good. I'm like, oh, Dylan. So you're in my head, sir.
yeah.
And I appreciate you.
It literally. So first, I'm so excited that you are going back onto the stage like
I'm
that.
terrified, but thank you.
No
I
need to
say,
be
you know what?
scared.
I say I'm terrified. I'm actually not. I just think it's a thing I'm supposed to say. It seems weird to not be scared. Because what's the worst case scenario in stand up comedy? People don't like it? Okay.
Yeah,
No, I'm
and by
never,
the way, they probably won't.
I know.
Like, they probably won't. They're probably not gonna laugh.
I
But like
know.
you still have your husband. You still go
True.
home, right? Like your life is still your life. You still have your job, unless you say something that is like absolutely insane. Which, by the way, like you're not Martha Stewart, so it's not going to be on TMZ. So like, it really, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. Your job is solely to distract people from their problems, so they can be in a moment of joy. That's it. That's all you
I
have to
love
do. And they're going to talk about you. If you bomb, they're going to talk about you.
Isn't that a good goal then? Like, I want to bomb. I kind of put it out there. Oh, you remember that girl? She bombed.
Yeah. They'll
Guys, thank
still
you for
talk.
being on this
They'll
journey with
still
me.
talk about it.
Well, yeah, because think about it. If we actually use, because it's called bombing, if you think of a bomb, it explodes and it leaves a lot of stuff in its wake, which is what I plan on doing.
I mean, I saw Chelsea Handler. I really enjoyed the show. I can't tell you one joke.
It's true. It's so true. I leave a comedy show, go, that was so funny. I can't remember it. There are times when I actually only remember the opener. And I wonder, is the opener too good? Or was the person, the feature, what are they called? The headliner? Just so funny. the the lead, I don't know. What's the word for comedy? It's been a long day. But was the headliner not, or just consistently funny? That there's no standout joke is what I like to say.
Mm-hmm.
It was a positive spin or just horrible, honestly. There's no in between. It's either terrible.
For me, it's just late. Like I want to get it done and over with.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a sneeze happening.
Oh, this is fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think I've held it in.
COVID has taught us many things, including repressing a sneeze. Someone told me that's not good for you.
I don't think it is. I also think sneezing too hard is not good for you. I'm of the age where like I sneeze and my back hurts. So where are you doing
Talk about your
comedy?
pelvic floor. Okay.
Where are you doing comedy?
At the Comedy Bar. So it feels legit. I know.
Have you performed there before?
I haven't. I did the Social Capital Theater, and that was a cool. Yeah, okay. I tried to be positive. Thank you for validating that. But it was, you know what? It was just to kind of get out there, and it was also pre-COVID. So what was that, like 7 years ago? What's time? I don't know. I don't know what's happening with life. But the Comedy Bar just sounds like, oh yeah, Comedy Bar. Ooh, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, this is a good. It almost feels like it's the early part of the night. It's at 7 p.m. And I'm like, do comedians wake up before 10 is my question. I don't know. 10 p.m. seems like when it's supposed to start. I'm not upset, personally, because I am old and I like sleep. So I go in, I bomb, I go back home. No one's the wiser. Other comedy happens afterwards and everyone's, there was a show before. We don't know. Exactly.
So the Comedy Bar is my favorite venue that I've performed at here in Toronto. So there's actually an actual green room. So you're going to feel like super fancy.
Fancy. That's the goal.
Yeah. The room is really nice as well. So the sound is good. The lighting is really good.
That's a rarity.
You'll invite people that have like good cameras and will take photos and stuff because it's a really good room. I loved my time performing at the Comedy Bar.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
I'm so excited. Oh my god, a green room. That's all. I made it. There's a green room.
It's more like a storage closet with a door.
But
it's nice. It's nice.
Well, instead of sitting in the audience, although I think it might be that kind of thing, it's okay. This is why it's so funny. And I keep wanting to write bits and just call people out on stupidity, but it's one of those things where it's a contest. And the more people you know in the audience, then you go on to the next round. I'm like, I'm bringing one person, mostly because that's the only reason I got married is to have someone that constantly votes for me and films me. It's great.
Right.
You know, you save a lot of money on videographers and people that vote for you. But like someone's going to come in and it feels very high school. Like the most popular person gets to move on. What if it's not the most funny? And I'm watching all these shows on TV now where people that aren't necessarily more talented continue. I get very upset and passionate and I yell at the television because that's not fair. But that's how I feel about tomorrow. And that's why the bar is set very low for myself. Because I'm like, I'm just going to go say some things, maybe get canceled. But do you feel, okay, I'm very curious about the cancel culture because I was having this whole existential crisis of, oh God, I'm going to get canceled because I say shit. Because I've been like, I had such weird situations where I literally said a joke and someone got so mad at me and triggered, if you will, because they couldn't think of a funny enough response. And I'm like, this is a new one. I didn't know this was a thing. I apologize for being funnier than you and your fragile ego, but whatever. It was very weird. It's cool. You just kind of distance yourself from those people. But
Hmm.
do you have to be famous to be canceled? Because I think that people don't know who I am. And then it's good because I can kind of practice and say a bunch of stuff and see what resonates and not worried about getting canceled. But that's how I feel. I think you're more well known than me. So what are your thoughts?
Um, I would love to be I would love to be famous to the point where my cancellation
Yeah.
would matter.
Oh,
So people can be canceled. Everybody can be canceled. So it doesn't have to do with like the level of fame. I think it really just has to do with the level of destruction that you've done. Um, to have offended people and to be warranted a cancellation. Um,
but do you
in
want,
term,
okay, let's say someone cancels you,
uh,
and because everyone can cancel, they have their own reasons, their own triggers, whatever. But can I cancel someone for having a stupid trigger? I want to, like, do we just keep canceling? Like it's no take backs. Oh, no take backs, double E, or, you know, infinity,
so
no take backs. That's what it feels like. I
yes,
wonder. Okay.
yes, you can cancel the canceller.
Yeah,
100%.
I
And
like that.
that's always fun when that happens, because it just adds a whole other layer to the ridiculousness. Now, I do believe in cancel culture.
Okay. Okay.
So
I mean, that's fair. People say
I'm a
stuff.
I'm a bit a part of I'm a bit a part of the problem. But it's always
Thank you for
nice
knowing that.
when, of course, I understand my privilege and my contribution to the detriment of society, and I'm okay with that. Um, but it's kind of like it's like watching How to Get Away with Murder, and then you find out that the person that you liked the whole time is actually the one who did the killing. So and then there's a whole half of another season that you get to watch. So that's always fun when the canceler gets canceled. Um,
That's a great way to phrase it because that is exactly what happened. I mean, no spoilers, but spoilers because you should have watched it by now. That is so true. That's how I
yeah,
felt. Oh, get
yeah,
invested. You like the character. You go, well, can I like a murderer? I still did. I don't feel bad about that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I do believe in cancel culture just because I think at this point, we should all know what's appropriate, what's inappropriate. My cat's on the counter, I can hear him, and he just jumped down. The joys of being a parent. Um, her dishes moving around. Um, yeah, I think at this point we should all kind of know where certain lines are. And of course, people take things too far in terms of canceling. They take things too far. So yeah, but I'm voting for cancel culture to stay around. I like
That's so funny. I'm Dylan. This is my platform. I'm pro cancel culture. Okay.
I
Okay.
am. I am. What can I say?
I don't know if you can be neutral on it. It's a,
No,
but
no, this
I
is
think it's a case by case though. I really do. Unless there's certain things that I think I agree with you. There are societal norms of you should know this. But when people genuinely don't, and I feel like there are people that it's shocking to me personally, but people genuinely don't know. Like someone said something to me the other day, and like I kind of took it, but I thought, wow, you really don't know this is not okay. This is
yeah.
like almost a case study there. Like, can we do a study on you, your upbringing, what your life was like for you to not know that this is not okay?
Like like Kathy Hilton looking at a photo of Lizzo and saying, "Oh, that's precious."
Oh, that's it. I did not hear this.
That happened. Now, people have not tried to cancel her, um, but I look at that and I think it's very interesting. And I would say that there would be grounds for termination. But I don't know if the cancel committee has looked at, I don't know if they have looked at it yet. But I found it to be quite, you know, you're talking about somebody who doesn't maybe know social cues, and like who, I think this is somebody who's lived in a bubble for a very long time and perhaps doesn't know that it's like what she said was very inappropriate and reflects poorly on her character. But, you know, again, the cancel committee hasn't looked at that
I'll
yet.
get them on it.
Good.
There's a backlog. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be reviewed right now. But they're trying. They're trying. You know, doing their best.
They
Government
do
job.
work hard. If nothing else, they work very hard.
It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
I have never done a live at this hour, and I did not know that that is how the sun looks. So, thank you for being part of the sun journey with me. Setting, is it setting behind me? That's what it kind of looks like.
Okay, which way are you facing?
Oh, don't make me do directions on a live, mostly because it's embarrassing. We have windows, they face things.
It looks like you're facing like east, like southeast, because I don't think the sun is behind you. I think the sun is reflecting off of the building.
Oh.
But the sun.
Oh yeah, okay. I see that.
Yeah.
I see it through this other window. Too many windows.
The sun is, yeah, because I face west, but I see like the north, like it's northwest. West.
This is
yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. There's a lot of big buildings. Everything's reflecting. Huh. You are good at what you do, sir.
Just, you know, just a.
I don't know why I keep calling you sir. It feels very polite. Is that too formal? Is there? I feel like calling you Dill is weird because that sounds like a spice.
That's too comfortable.
Too comfortable. Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Is it Mahaney, by the way? I called you Mahaney. I hope it's right.
Everybody says it's Mahaney. Everybody says Mahaney.
Okay.
But Mahaney, yeah.
Mahaney.
I had a woman tell me I was wrong about how to pronounce my name.
I love those people. Oh, they're great because they're actually so confident that I second guess myself. I go, oh, have I been saying my name wrong this whole time I've been? Whoa! What did you respond to that?
I quickly ended the call. It was a woman that my brother was dating, and she was like, oh, by the way, and then she said that it's Mahaney, not Mahaney, and I said, oh, I have another call coming in, and I hung up. Sadly they're not together.
Oh, that's so upsetting. It really sounded like it was going to work. She's already telling you how to pronounce your last name. That's that's great. You know what? As much as I say I hate people, I also love them because the stuff that comes out of people, I feel like as a comedian, I literally just write down what people say and I have material. It's not hard, but I could just be not doing it correctly. So, okay.
No, that's what comedy is. I
just go outside. I hear two people talk. I go, that's hilarious. Don't need anything else.
Yeah. That's what it is. You just observe and you report back. That's your job. You leave the stage, you observe, and then you just bring your findings to the audience.
That's so fun. That's very scientific. I like that. Guys, on my last study, there was a sample size of 5 people. They were all in a group, roughly around 18 to 30 years of age. I would say roughly, privileged variety. And here is their thoughts. I don't know. Their thoughts on the bike lane. I have no idea what they're talking about. I don't. I feel like 5 people. They're in a group. They're huddling together. I don't want to stand next to the huddle. Anthropology. That's very true, Tracy. But I think if it's 2 people, I can walk behind them and just listen to their conversation.
What's anthropology?
Isn't it like the study of
I thought that
what's it
was a
called?
store.
Oh, it is a store.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. Is the store based off of, I think anthropology, the store is IE. But I thought anthropology, oh my God, I'm going to embarrass myself. It's the study of, Tracy, help me out. People
People
and
and
their
their
behavior. I was totally
behavior.
going to say people and their behavior. Exactly. Study of people and their behavior. So maybe anthropology, the store, is studying people and their behavior and giving you clothes based off of their studies. That is a scientifically based
Hmm.
clothing store that
We're
I've never really
covering
been
a
into
lot.
so much. This is why I do them. Keep it fresh, keep it
This
live, keep it.
is very educational.
I think so. I think people
Yeah,
are learning a lot today. Yeah.
yeah, I agree.
Tracy, throw another word there. Let's just do a little lesson. I like
Yeah,
Tracy, previous
yeah.
window chat guest. Always fun to see a returning visitor. You know, here's what happens. People, they're my guests, and then they never watch any of my lives. So they watch them before, they want to be on the show, amazing. Then they're a guest, and then they ghost, and then they pretend they don't know me. It's really fun. I enjoyed that. Is my anthropology study, homeostasis. I know what it means. I just don't know how to explain it. And apparently, if you can't explain things, you don't actually know what it means.
That
So
one's a little, yeah. That I I'm not touching that one.
okay,
That's too hard.
it's like a ballad. Oh God, Tracy, please. Now we're embarrassing us. You
Yeah.
know what, Tracy? Go away. No, I'm joking, Tracy. Just joking. She's awesome. I feel like, yeah, actually, I think she would know I was being sarcastic, but I don't know. Do you find that people don't know when you're sarcastic and they just think you're a terrible human?
um, I don't
Oh, we got
think
someone else. Robert DeSantis, the process of maintaining physiological balance. We are learning here tonight, people. Homeostasis. Thank you, Robert.
uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
that he sounds like a know-it-all. Um,
Yes. Do people know if you're
he sa
sarcastic?
you know what? He sounds like somebody that would look at you and say that it looks like you experienced a partial paralysis in your face at one point. That's what he looks like, somebody who would do that.
What an interesting comment to say to someone.
I agree.
But you know, as you said it, I could hear an older relative of mine saying that. You know, just going up to someone, what'd you do to your face? Partial paralysis?
Hmm.
Nice to see you too. Thank you. This is why we don't come to the family gatherings.
Yeah,
This is,
like just
yeah.
I think asking somebody like, "Hey, have you experienced Bell's palsy at one point?" You know.
It's that's my opener right there. You know, everyone says hi, good morning, how are you? I go, nice to meet you. Bell's palsy? What's going on there? It's got like the half smile, a little,
Yeah.
and be like, I'm tired. No, 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 that's not regular tired. This is got a little droopiness,
Yep.
and then yeah, then I feel obligated to fix them or something, and I'm like, and then I'm doing physio for free, and I don't want to do that anymore. That was back in my heyday, sir.
Are you done physio?
I mean, I have the license. I just don't use it as often as my parents would like me to. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Because I thought you were doing like
I'm
regular
still doing the
physio.
home care. Yeah. Every now and then, throw in a little home care. But
Okay.
yeah, you
Okay.
guys come from.
I didn't know. Okay. Because so since we last spoke,
Do you
I
need a physio? Do you have benefits? Let's talk. Okay.
oh, I do have, of course I have benefits. I quit my job.
What?
Yes.
Wait. Oh, well, okay. Well, okay. All right.
Yeah.
What else? Yes, and
Um, Beyonce said to quit your job. I took it a little step further. So I quit my job and I broke up with my boyfriend.
fair.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay. I mean, I
yes.
just I met you guys in the park. I don't really know much about the relationship
I
itself.
mean, that's typically where you'd meet a homosexual, is in the park.
I
So
again did not know this, and now I know. Okay.
I mean, I think like our ancestors, that's where they would meet up. Now, uh, people meet on the internet. It's much more convenient this way. But yeah, so that has changed. I'm like, yeah, I left. working in real estate. I do like I'm focused on coaching now. Yeah, it's like
Oh,
a lot has changed. Okay, so I thought you were like 9 to 5, like physio.
oh no, I used to work in a clinic and it wasn't even 9 to 5. It was like 7 to 7. And it was just like, it was, yeah. And then the weekends and everything, again, it was my choice for my hours. I'm like, let's make money. Because also people cancel. And then guys,
Right.
don't cancel on your physios. Okay. No one appreciates that and they don't get paid. So show up to your appointments. This is a
I
PSA.
mean, your knee is still gonna hurt.
It is.
It's for
And
you.
I don't, yeah, it's to help you and also
Hmm.
to help me because I don't get paid if you don't show up. Anyway, that's part of why I did home care because I have to go to the place. So I know you're going to be there. I
Right.
have yet to go somewhere. That would be weird and kind of funny when you go somewhere and they're not there. I'm like, oh, I don't understand how I'm supposed to treat you when you're not at home.
I would do that.
That I I feel like you would, and
Yeah,
yeah,
100%. 100%. I
that's kind of funny.
Yep, there have been so many times where I've had a meeting, I've had an appointment, and I'm like 100% I was expecting this to happen.
So wait, okay, would you be offended if, let's say, you weren't at home and I was supposed to treat you? Would you be offended if I charged you because I
No,
traveled there? Okay,
no. I
because
would
I
not be
think
offended. It's
and
my
you're an
fault.
exception though. It is,
It's my
but
fault.
I think people get upset if I charge them when they don't understand that it's my time.
A hundred,
And I
of
think,
course.
how much, can I ask how much you charge for coaching? Is that cool? Can we talk money on this or was this a private conversation? Because
Yeah, that
the only reason I asked that is because I found out how much people charge for acting coaching. And I also know what their experience is. And the rate they are charging for an hour of coaching made me want to triple my physio rates to a point of why am I charging so little for something I have a degree for? Not that, yeah, sure, you have an acting degree, fine, great, you went to school. But what? So that is the only reason I like
um
numbers.
yeah, so if you would like coaching in real estate and want to talk about pricing, you could certainly DM me and
Coaching in real
we can do
estate.
that. But yeah, acting I took at the beginning of the pandemic, or rather at the beginning of my pandemic experience here in Toronto after I moved here, I started taking vocal lessons. So I had a vocal coach
Right?
and I had an amazing rate. I was paying only $50 per session. So
That's a great
$50
rate.
for an hour long session. Amazing rate. Um, and then I found out that the way that I speak damages my vocal cords. So I shouldn't, like, I needed to stop. And then I was recommended to go to a speech pathologist.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, I
Mm.
had no idea. Um, so
SLP.
acting coaching, I'm sure is so how much were you
No,
quoted?
uh, it was like $200 an hour
Yeah,
for,
yeah,
but this isn't like someone that was new to the business. And I'm like, okay.
yeah. That's crazy.
I mean, good for you. And again, like, I understand with experience and it's your time and all that. I get that. I want you to feel valued and respected. But oh God, that was so much money. And I mean,
Mhm.
this is also coming off of literally just having a headshot session. Again, I understand it's all worth it. Mostly because my old headshots don't look like me. So, oh, Tracy charges 45 an hour for however
For
long it takes. Tracy
acting,
Beltrano, acting coaching. Look at you, Tracy. Wait, you stayed in the chat and now I'm promoting you. Guys, this is why you comment in the chat. A little cross
uh-huh.
promotion. Tracy Beltrano.
Okay, Tracy, please follow me and send me a DM. I would take acting classes.
Oh, she's great.
I would do
So
that.
I actually thought you were coaching comedy or acting. So what is real estate
No,
coaching? What on earth is this?
it's
Like,
essentially business coaching.
oh,
Yeah, people
okay.
get
Like
into
if
real estate.
you
The the I, um Tracy, listen, if you want a career in real estate, I'm the guy to talk to as well. But the bar to entry for real estate is so low. Like if you have
okay.
$6,000, um, you're good to go. So really, to be a successful realtor, you need a coach. So look at a professional athlete. There's not one professional athlete that does not have a coach. So it's the same thing. You need to, and it's very isolating. One of the things I remember, like driving home so many nights after being around people all day in real estate, thinking about
Yeah.
how lonely I was. So yeah, having a coach in real estate is very necessary. Even when I was working on the admin side and running a brokerage, I had a coach. So coaching is extremely important with real estate.
Is it kind of performance coaching, like you said, like with an
Yeah,
athlete? So you kind of,
yeah,
do you set, what is, you set goals, you would try to
yeah,
achieve goals? Okay. Do you use
yeah,
the
and
SMART
and
goals?
like
Okay.
you you know, you help with business planning, stuff like that, like kind of all encompassing. You know, a lot of the coaching sessions will revolve around kind of like, where are you at. So
Okay.
um, whether that is like professionally or even mentally, right? So like, what are the things that, you know, you would have a conversation with a coach if you were an athlete? It's, you know, very similar.
Yeah.
No,
I
I
mean,
do
there's
not.
such a, okay, okay.
Well, no, I don't. I don't do coaching for comedy, but I mean, maybe I could. Like, I mean, I
I don't know,
coach
you gave
you.
me some gems. I know you did.
It's
Inadvertently, it's just having a conversation. You know what? It does pay to listen to people sometimes. It always shocks me when something pays off. I'm so glad I didn't drown you out in my head.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
it
really.
happens. Okay, what do you want from me? I have to listen sometimes. I'm a human.
Yeah,
That's okay. So performance coaching. So what? They just go to your Instagram website. How do they contact you?
yeah. So it's write your script. So write as in the direction, your script, .com. You can reach out there. You can reach out directly on Instagram. I do a lot of things. You
I
know,
know that's
there's
why I like you because
yeah,
I also do a lot of things. I'm like, oh, fellow person that does a lot of things.
yeah, and the thing is,
But it's
I'm
so
in like my
cool. Your
cool.
background's so it's versatile. You know so much about different things, and then you can bring it into. Do you find that you bring that into your comedy because you're more well-rounded in that sense?
No,
Oh,
I don't. I tend to keep things quite separate. Um, I don't. I when it comes to comedy, I really just talk about personal things that I've gone through. Um, and then work is work, and then the other things are the other things. So I could talk about experiences that I've had in real estate or working with realtors or clients, and yet I don't, because I'm still you know, milking that cow.
I
It's
thought
a
the cow was off limits. I thought the cow was
throwback.
off limits. Okay. I know
It's a
it's a
good
throwback,
throwback
callback, whatever you want to call it, but I really thought,
for the OGs that have stuck around this line. It's a throwback. Um,
oh,
but
that's great.
yeah, like there's still opportunity in real estate for me. Like I'm still making money. I still need to keep those bridges unburned. Um,
That makes sense.
but
Oh, see, interesting. Resisting the cancel, I see. Okay.
the thing is, I'm a sellout. I'm a sellout. So if somebody is like, hey, you'll headline today, but you gotta throw these people under the bus. They're all going. I'm a huge sellout.
I respect that. You gotta move forward. So where you're at right now, do you want to keep doing a myriad of things, or is the
Yeah.
goal to, yeah, okay. It keeps life
No, and
interesting, right?
it not
Or,
just that, but
slowly, it drives me a little insane. Sometimes I go, what the hell am I doing today? I don't know, man. Okay.
I feel like so before moving to Toronto, I I was vice president of Pride in Moncton. I was running a political campaign, like actual campaign manager. Um, I was doing comedy. I was hosting trivia nights. I was, I had done a musical, I had done a play, like all, I was president of a writing association for politics. There's a lot of things that have my interests, um, and I want to be able to do things. So I am the least busy that I've been in years living here in Toronto because I don't have the connections that I was able to build.
Mm.
Um,
Oh, that's why
so
you're on my podcast. You feel like I've got connections. I fooled you, sir.
exactly, exactly. Well, I mean, I think I just signed up for acting classes, so
There you go.
there's
Yeah.
there's
Actors
one
helping actors.
activity.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if
I
I
like
could
that.
be,
If that works out, I love that because you two are, I think you both are very funny.
I don't want to be like Matt Damon, or I don't think I've ever watched a movie that he's in. But I think he's a big Leonardo DiCaprio. He's a big. Um, I don't
Leo.
I don't need to be that type of
I don't know.
person. If I could be progressive, like Flo from Progressive,
No, don't. I say that all the time.
yeah,
Oh my God. I say that all the time because my goal, I've already had the goal of the CB24 commercial. And again, I've learned I have to manifest better because it was literally 2 seconds and it was silent on camera. So yes, be clear with your manifestations, people. I learned that. But
uh-huh.
my second goal is to be a character that people will dress up as for Halloween. That is my second goal. I'm working towards it. I don't care what it is. I probably should care because I usually get cast and like, really? What is that? I'll do it. I say yes to a lot of things.
Yeah,
But that isn't that a fun goal? When people are like, oh,
yeah.
I know who you are. You're Flo from Progressive. And it's
It's
also
not
so
even
confusing. Her name is Flo. Like, I just think it's a period campaign. It's why Flo? That's just a side conversation. Okay.
it's not even about that. It's the $6 million net worth that she has.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Why?
She's got because okay, first of all, when did we first meet Flo?
Oh, actually, you're right. You're right. Do you, okay, wait, do you know, and I learned this on Clubhouse, that she was not the first pick, that
I did
she was
not know that.
second choice. And I heard that and I thought, guys, for any actors out there that are always like the standby runner up, hang in there. Your Flow for Progressive moment is on its way. So there's some encouraging words right there. I
I
heard
wonder
that.
who
And
who
I
was
don't
the
know.
first choice.
They might have been, I don't know if this is non-union or union or something happened. They booked another gig, but whew,
What
I
a
got chills. I got
That's
chills.
crazy. And I would also be the A&W guy.
Oh, yes. Yes.
$3 million net
Do you
worth.
like, oh, that's insane. Do you like their burgers or you just want the money? Like,
I
is
just
there
want
a
the money.
product that you're like, I want to be part of this product company, I like their values, or is it pure financial gain?
Um
These are the hard questions.
I would hmm, it's a great question.
Thank you. Thank you.
I, I'll
You
be
can
honest with you.
sip water to think
You know
about
what?
it. That's why you go, hmm.
Mayonnaise. Hellman's. If
Ooh.
Hellman's hired me, because I would gladly accept a lifetime free product. Gladly.
Are you guaranteed to get it? Because every time I see my friends as spokespeople, they don't get the products.
What do you mean they don't get
Or
it? Like they don't
they
understand the
don't
product?
no, they don't get, it's not as if like, so someone was doing a Downy, Wrinkle Guard, whatever. They don't get a lifetime supply of Downy. So would you
Oh.
put it in your contract? I wonder if you could put it in your contract. That'd be
Well,
weird. But then
I'm
what do
I,
you
I
do with all the mayonnaise?
you eat it with literally everything.
But you live in a condo, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Is it just going to be like your couch is now mayonnaise? Like, do they give you the mayonnaise all at once, or is it kind of like mayonnaise a day? You get a coffee a day kind of vibe.
I mean, that's a
That's the
podcast
question you
right
have to ask
there.
them when you book the gig. You have to be, let's clarify when I'm getting mayonnaise. It's like cash for life. Is it
Yeah.
$1,000 a week? Is it a
Yeah.
lump sum all at once? Because a lump sum is usually less than $1,000 a week, but if you die tomorrow, the lump sum is helpful. So it might be like
The
mayonnaise.
yeah. I mean, there's only so much mayonnaise consumption that can be done like in a certain amount of time.
I don't want to judge you. You lived your mayonnaise life.
Yeah, I feel like here's the thing. If Hellman's paid me a salary of $300,000, $400,000 a year to eat mayonnaise on TV, which what a dream. Um, like my two favorite things, TV and mayonnaise combined into one, and then I get money for it. I would happily pay for the product.
That's true. Well, I mean, you're rolling in the mayonnaise dough and the mayonnaise. Okay. That's what you do.
Exactly.
You put the mayonnaise on the ground, roll in the mayonnaise, which was bought with the mayonnaise dough. It's very meta.
And yes, and then you could even go as far as saying like dough, like bread, and then you put the mayonnaise on the like it's just there's so much.
Never
Why
ends.
even bake the bread? Just have the dough directly with the mayonnaise.
That doesn't sound healthy, but sure, you do you.
I don't
Uh, is it
you
cooked
don't put
dough? Is it?
I don't think it needs to be. There's no egg in it.
Oh, okay, cool, cool. All right.
Like you could do like just a simple you know, you'd want to cook. I mean, I don't eat gluten, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. I don't. Depends on the day with me. My diet's all over the place. I'm not even gonna. I don't know what it was today. I think yeah. It's a fun journey. Keep it fresh. I'm a fun
I
person to go out to restaurants with.
yeah, I mean so am I because yeah, everybody gets annoyed with me.
You know what though? I used to feel bad about that, and people used to make me feel bad about it. And I go, okay, are you paying for my meal? No, you're not. So stop talking to me. If you want to go out with me, you know who I am. You know I'm going to do this. So calm down, okay? This is my food. It's going in my body. And
I I don't feel bad. People try to make me feel bad for it, but I um as long as the server understands what gluten is, I'll be fine.
oh, okay. So you're already limited in restaurant options because you go to that place and you say gluten free and they go, oh, so like celery or something, and you go,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that actually does work though. So maybe not. Uh,
My diet has changed. My eating habits have changed rather, not so much my, well, I suppose, yeah, my diet. It's changed where I I would be satisfied eating a salad. Whereas
That is
before,
so adult of you. I love that for
yeah,
you. I love
yeah,
that for adults. I love that for kids. Let's normalize the salad with
yeah.
Hellman's, obviously.
I mean, what else are you gonna put with the salad?
I like to do a nice evu, a little extra virgin olive oil, just because it sounds fun, right? Like, ooh, evu. Mm.
At least you're not pronouncing it like Rachel Ray. I can't stand her.
How does she pronounce it? Evu?
EVOO.
Oh, why?
Yeah, because she is just
Oh, you know
ridiculous.
what? Maybe sometimes it's just like VOO. It's not the extras. It's just virgin olive oil. So just a virgin olive oil. It just sounds so weird. I feel
When I
so
was in,
dirty when I use virgin olive oil. Like I'm
but
just,
you
what am
need
I doing
extra
to it?
virgin.
I know, but what? Like how can you be an extra virgin? Think about it. From a physiological perspective, you're either a virgin or you're not. What's the extra?
No butt stuff.
Oh, okay, that's classy. That's
Yeah.
Or are they missing out? Either way, right? Depends on who you talk to.
So let
It's
me
a
tell you
threat.
why I don't like Rachel Ray. So she was on my TV when I was in college, and my TV broke. It stopped working.
Oh
I've
no.
never watched the Rachel Ray show since.
She broke your television.
I had to buy a whole nother TV, and I was a college student, so I didn't have any
That's
money. Yeah, she broke my TV.
so my issue with Rachel Ray is every time I would watch a recipe and I go, I'm gonna make something. Okay, I say every time. I watched her show once and she was making a pesto. Okay, I'm gonna be a little more honest here. She was making a pesto and I like a good pesto. And it's like, oh, we're using walnuts instead of pine nuts. And because I'm a little cheap, I go, ooh, not $42 pine nuts. a cheaper bag of walnuts. I can do that. So I get the walnuts, whatever. And then she goes, okay, add a scotch of lemon, which is pretty much like 5 lemons in her opinion. And then it's like, okay, add a dash of cheese, which is pretty much just by the cow. She used so much cheese. And then by the time I'm left with it, I don't even know what it ended up being. I don't agree with her ratios. And Rachel, look, I know you're putting good out there. You're getting people fed. But I need a different recipe for the pesto. So if you could, we can talk after this. I'll call her. She'll be upset that I vented.
I think Oprah might still have her number.
Oh, yeah. Oh, classic Opes.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone ever calls her Opes. I don't know if that's a nickname. What's her nickname? Ra? Oh.
Oh.
What is? Oh, that makes more sense. The magazine. It's the,
The
wait,
fact
that's
that
so weird though. Because every time you go, oh. Me? No. But just the reaction. Oh.
I think I mean it's Oprah. So like I feel like you could be like Jennifer and she'd be like, yes, you wanted me. Like I feel like you know, it's Oprah.
It's nuts that there are people, the new generation of children, don't know who Oprah is because her talk show ended. I can't. What early 2000s? No, like
Late. It was
late 2000. Okay,
2011.
I really wanted to do. No, poor taste. Not going to do it. But yes, okay, 2011. Other things happened that year, but
What happened in 2011?
Oh, nope, never mind. I was
You're thinking a decade earlier.
Yes, it was. Yes,
Yeah,
it was.
it's fine.
Yes, it was.
You were thinking of the release of Glitter, Mariah Carey's. Yeah,
I'm embarrassed
that's what you were
that
thinking
I
of.
didn't know the release of Glitter. I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
I should have known this.
Yeah.
It was a classic. Honestly, it's up there, top 10 movies of all time.
Never watched it.
Thank you for calling me out on that. Okay.
Never watched it. Love the soundtrack. The soundtrack, as you know, it was released September 11th, 2001 is when the soundtrack was released.
Yes. That's the date I was thinking of. It's monumental.
Yeah.
I don't know if anything else happened that day.
I don't think I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, Tommy Mottola really ruined her career at that point, her ex-husband. Yeah, and then you know people were distracted, so they didn't buy the album or go watch the movie because there was distraction. So yeah, that was a rough time for Mariah Carey. But Glitter is what you were thinking of. Yeah, 2011 is when Oprah stopped the show.
To clarify, that's she made so many people. Like so many people that aren't doctors can call themselves a doctor. What a treat. One of my patients called me Dr. Robyn. I kept correcting because, you know, I think they should know. But to be called Dr. Robyn when I'm not a doctor, I could save a whole year of not getting a PhD. I tried Master Robyn because I have a master's. It just didn't work with the times. It was very inappropriate.
Does it work? Can you?
No.
Okay.
No. I wouldn't recommend it. It was very uncomfortable. There was I would, especially with pelvic floor physio and then like the masters coming in to fix me.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Didn't work. So I'm just.
But can you take a master's degree and have the title of master?
I don't know. I think I should be able to. Why do you get a PhD and you get to be called a doctor? That's not fair. I also wanted to. I spoke to the people at TD. It was a slow day for me. And I said, I want doctor on my credit card. Can I add it? They said yes. And I wanted to add it, but then I thought, is this legal? It shouldn't be that easy to just add doctor to my credit card.
I feel like they should add.
They should check, right? No, the guy I was talking to, yeah, you can add whatever you want. I go, well, whatever I want. What if I'm a viscountess? I don't know. I watch Bridgerton. I feel saucy. So I don't know how far I'm going to take this one.
I want to add titles to my credit card.
I think it would be fun and confusing, right? Because people just see your name, but
do people even look at credit cards anymore? Because we
I know, that's true.
You know,
I would use
it
all the time now. That's the thing.
Yeah.
If you're upset that people aren't using their credit cards, you let them put a new little title on it, and they go, "I'm using this
And
all the
then,
time. Screw paying with my watch and my phone and
yeah.
my brain. I don't know what else you can do now. Just
Have
thinking,
you,
and my money goes away.
when you first paid with your Apple Watch, did you like blow people's minds?
I blew my mind. I didn't know I paid. It was so weird because oh my God, how did I do that? It was fascinating. So yeah, I did once because I was just not ready for it. I'm like, this is too easy. No,
Yeah.
put the watch
Yeah.
away.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I don't,
Oh, the title shows up on your hotel reservations. Well,
oh,
that's
that's
fun.
interesting.
I think I would
That's
get a better
interesting.
room that way. Exactly. Oh, he gets it.
Perks.
Yeah. Well, think of,
Perks.
you've got royalty staying with you. Is this Her Majesty Robyn Deverett? Please just call me Her Majesty. That's no need to be formal. Just call me HM. It's no longer Her Majesty's Pleasure. Is it just Majesty's Pleasure now? That store? There
I
was
don't
a
know.
nail salon. Oh wait, you're new to Toronto. But there was a
Yeah.
place that was called, I believe it was called Her Majesty's Pleasure. And then everyone was getting into pronouns. That's a weird way to say it. There's probably a better way to phrase that. And then they dropped the her, and now it's just Majesty's Pleasure. And I thought that was interesting because that's a whole new rebranding for that store. I've never been there. My social
It's a
commentary.
nail salon, you said?
I think so.
It sounds
I
like a
It
a
sounded.
place where,
I honestly thought it was a sex place.
yeah, yeah.
Right. It sounded like a little sex dungeon, but they were advertising too much in the general public for me to think. I don't know. We're not cool enough with this notion for there to be so much
I
publicity.
mean, we did change our national anthem. So,
That's true.
and that was long ago. That was shortly
But
after Oprah
hey,
canceled her show.
when was the last? When was the last time you sang the anthem? Because I can't remember. Maybe I also don't go to sports games, so maybe that's when people acknowledge it, or you watch. I guess tennis is on, and if Canada wins, I would see it. But
Um,
because I think you
so
need to practice it because I think I would probably just default to French because I wouldn't remember what the pronoun is, and I'm like, I got to use my French education at some point. And they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. I'm French. Bonjour.
I um I was at a Blue Jays game and they did the national anthem and it was fun. Um,
The
and
national anthem was fun.
not my favorite song to sing along with.
I've just
Um,
never heard anyone describe it that way. That was
it's
great.
fun.
Okay.
Um,
It's a jaunty
but
tune.
I remember in high school, so where I went to high school in Plaster um,
Where?
in Plaster.
Like plaster rock?
Yeah, yeah. It's an amazing place. Best known for nothing. And they also do the
Oh,
World Pond Hockey Championship there. So
okay.
like you know like the CBC will go and like cover it and stuff like that. It's a horrible time. Um, but that's where I graduated from in high school. But it's close to a couple of land borders going into Maine, and we needed a substitute teacher, and they came from Maine to substitute teach us. And the national anthem came on, and I convinced the teacher that we do not stand for the national anthem in Canada,
That's so.
and the teacher was convinced. Like not
Oh,
only
that's
did
so un-Canadian of you, though. Can we just say that's like kneeling, okay? That's borderline taking a knee. You were ahead of your time.
I think um
Were you standing for anything? Was there a platform, something you were trying to achieve, or just being a kid?
honestly it was just exercising my power to um gather the people and align them with my views.
So political at a young age.
Hmm. Hmm.
Wow. I really see a career in politics for you.
I I do as well.
I I'm excited for this. I'll vote for
Yeah.
you.
I mean, you most likely,
I should
my
probably find out what
political
you're
career.
running for before I
It doesn't.
say,
You're gonna believe in it. That's the truth. And you can't really see, but I'm doing my. This is the political point. This is too aggressive. This is too soft, right? Because what are you pointing to when you have a hand? So it's firm but gentle, and there's still the point. This is if you look at Obama and the way that he addressed the crowd. This is how I learned how to do a political point.
can you do two at once? Like it's your thing? This is your signature point?
No, because then it just looks like you're driving a Segway.
I
Why?
know that's why it's so funny. Like who is this guy? The double pointer? Because you can't do this. It's finger guns. That's scary. You
No,
can't do this. Why are you doing a thumbs up? That's weird. But like, hey,
no,
look at the double. No,
no,
okay, not double
no.
point. Looking for a good time. Double point.
Double hand open, a
That looks like you're
single.
scared.
No, it's welcoming. It's hard to do at this angle. It's so it has to be open. The camera just isn't picking it up. It has
That's
to be
so
open.
interesting. Like, what if someone goes in for a hug? That's too open for me. I'm not ready for the hug.
You do the Oprah one hug, the one arm hug.
I love the one arm hug. I live for the one arm hug.
Yeah,
It's just enough so people know I'm hugging them, but not enough that I have to get in there and ugh,
yeah,
hugs. Gross.
yeah.
You have to work on a lot of stuff for your political campaign. You already have the gestures down though. And you have
That's
your
really all you
political
need.
stance. You have your opinions. You
Mm-hmm.
are clearly able to sway the crowd. Vote for Dylan.
Exactly.
The only
2020.
problem is he's pronouncing his name wrong. So once he changed it to Mahaney, we're
There
good.
was in the most recent election here in Ontario, there was a communist running in my riding.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's how'd that go?
I don't know, but they would finger bang a crowd. I feel like a communist would. They would,
Oh, that's a great way to phrase that.
yeah, they would
Oh
finger
my
everyone.
God. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so funny. Oh my God. I love chatting with you. This also didn't cut me off at the, oh, no. This is my new, I was pointing aggressively and now I'm doing
Yeah.
this.
You're gonna lose your audience if you do this. It's
I think I'll
scolding.
confuse my
It's
audience with this. It's like, what's going on with her wrist? Did she hurt it?
no,
Does she
you
need to
don't move
tape
the
it?
wrist. You have to
Oh,
hold it firm. No, no. See, you gotta angle it just like this.
but then don't you want to just go like right into here? No,
No,
okay.
because you're not
Okay.
doing this. You're
Oh,
keeping it like this. And then you point with this knuckle and the tip of your thumb.
okay. That's, I still feel like I'm doing a cheers. I'm learning how to be, do you struggle with human tasks? I learned that today I actually knew this already. It was confirmed again today with my headshot session where she's like, sit in a stool. And I go, how? And I did ask that. We had fun. It was because it was like a whole thing. It was just really, my pants were slippery. I blame the pants.
Headshots are headshots are they're awkward. Um, and yet I also understand I trust the process.
Oh yeah, that's after today. I'm like, oh, I trust it now.
Yeah.
It was weird,
Yeah.
but I
I go
trust it.
in
Yeah.
and I say, I'll do whatever you want me to do. You just gotta tell me.
Hmm.
Tell me to smile with my teeth, without my teeth, all of that stuff. I have a very unpleasant, non-smiling face.
Well, let's see.
So my mouth is like I have large teeth, not as big as Kylie Minogue as I would like. I wish my teeth were as large as Kylie Minogue. They go on forever, and they're so beautiful, and so is she, and they're real. Like anyway. So
You can tell.
my because my lips and my teeth are large, my mouth is always open. My mouth is just always open. So I have to force my mouth to be closed, and I look upset. So
Oh my God, you do.
it
Why are you
doesn't
so
look
upset
pleasant.
with me? Oh my gosh.
So, and then you factor in my eyes, which are, large. And if I am just looking around, I'm fine and I have my mouth closed and then I have my eyes, people often think that I'm upset or I'm confused. And I have to remind people it's just my face. It's just the way that so if I'm not actively emoting, people think that there's something wrong.
So, okay, would you do, instead of closing it completely, would you do a little bit of like a space in between? Like,
So this is typically there's always a space. It's annoying to sleep though, because
oh,
I want to have my mouth closed while I'm sleeping, but I can feel my lips parting. That sounds like a Nicki
yeah.
Minaj song.
Oh, I was gonna
um
say, it sounds like different lips, but that's confusing. There's a lot going on in your bedroom. I don't need to know, but I'm glad that you feel comfortable sharing it with the group. Thank you.
yeah. um what was the You had mentioned something. Oh, the mayonnaise a day. I think that's what you said, or mayonnaise days. Anyway, it was very fun. Um, yeah. So and a lot of people think that I get my lips done, which is very interesting.
I mean, so many people get things done nowadays. Do I see this for you? What does it mean to get your lips done? I don't know this.
Just like plumpers. A lot of people have asked me, straight out. People that I've known for a while too. They're like, you get your lips done, don't you? And
Oh
I mean,
my
if I
gosh,
were,
why are you not saying yes to this?
oh, I obviously I
You
do.
got it. You say yes, and you say, guys, here's how you save money. I have a cat. I bought a cat because the urine that the cat provides, you just take it to a weird place, right? And
I
you
could.
take a little bit of the urine in the kitty litter, you make a little exfoliant, and it does wonders to the lips. I'm
I
gonna
could
get
do
sued
that.
one day. This is not good to say to people. Don't say that, guys. That's not good. Guys, girls, people.
I do.
Folks.
I, there was one friend that I convinced after 5 years of friendship. I convinced her that my lips were deflating
Oh my God, sorry.
and I needed to get them done. And she was like, "Yeah, I noticed they were getting a little smaller." Like it
Oh,
was that.
that's
Like I took it that far to the point where she was like, "Oh, I'm starting to see it." And I always
wait,
say,
wait,
because
okay. Were you dehydrated that day?
no, no, it was a
Oh,
normal
okay,
day.
okay, okay.
But I have the reason why people think that well, one, I have a large bottom lip, and then I have like fat pockets on the side. So this is typically where you would put the injection in, is right here.
Oh, I did not
So a
know
lot of
that.
people think that because I have, plumpness right here in this section, that I get them done.
I have never spoken to someone about lips for so long. This is fascinating.
But when I smile, it kind of goes away. So that's how you know it's natural. But if I were to get anything done with my lips, I would get Botox. So what Botox does is it prevents the curling of the lip when you smile.
Okay.
Yeah,
How would that look?
I think it would just look, you know, I
That's
don't
very
know.
that's very like Pee Wee Herman vibes right here. Hi
Is
guys.
that
Okay. Is it not?
is
He
it?
has like a very interesting smile. I don't I'm still trying like very it's a dramatic show. Why is the couch talking? And it looks like it's going to eat you. There was a whole bit on Family Guy, and I understand that. I agree with it.
His couch talked. Wasn't that the big? No,
It
the
was
big
the couch.
couch.
You said the secret word. Ah!
Yeah.
Hey
See,
guys. Yeah,
I never watched him.
that's okay. You didn't miss much. Clearly, scary. So you have a comedy show coming up. Are
I
we? Are
have.
we going to promote? You have probably have a bunch. Actually, why do you have so many comedy shows?
I
I
only
thought you
have
were
two.
just doing. Okay.
I only have two coming
Well,
up.
this is a lot
Um,
because this is someone who's just doing comedy after COVID. So, I mean, look, I did improv online. It was great, obviously.
There's
Who
nothing like
doesn't?
performing over Zoom.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
The master of the craft is Zoom. But
Zoom.
yeah. Okay, when's your next
Uh,
show?
so I have a show coming up this Saturday. Um, it is Where We Met. So I'll be performing in somebody's front yard,
It's
on
Courtyard. It's classy.
a courtyard, uh, sponsored by Cottage Cocktails.
Oh, I just saw that and I wanted to remember it. Apologies to Gay AF Comedy. Sorry. I
Which,
don't
by the
remember it.
way, Robert, the producer at Gay AF Comedy, is like spectacular.
Yeah.
If you're able to get on a show that he's producing, you're going to be so well taken care of. Like truly one of, not only is he just like a great person and like hilarious, but he treats people so well and he takes care of people so well. So I have that show coming up on the 20th, and then I'm doing in Halliburton on the 23rd. I will be at a Pride show in Halliburton. I believe it's with Minden Pride.
Okay. I've
Um,
never heard someone so excited to go to Halliburton. I love this for you.
I'm more so excited that I have to take the day off,
Okay.
and then I will be staying overnight. So we'll see what that's like.
Crazy antics in Halliburton.
Is there?
I just thought I should say it and someone would like write in the chat and say yay or nay. I don't know.
I feel like cottage country people are probably going to go to bed early, which is like that's definitely my vibe.
But then the people that don't go to bed early, you go, look at these shenanigans, these hooligans. This is
I,
cottage country, people.
right on a Wednesday night, I believe it's Wednesday.
Oh, is it also a 7 p.m. on classic?
Honestly, I don't know. We're driving. All I know is that I'm driving, and um, there's dinner, and then there's
And then a
the
show.
show.
Yeah, you do
Yeah,
the show. Okay.
and then I go to a cottage, and then I go to sleep, and then back to the city the next day.
You go to sleep, you can't fully close your mouth, back to the city the next day.
Can't, and one of my eyes doesn't close when I sleep as well. So
I want to study you. Okay. Just gonna walk around with the what did do you ever wonder, actually no, I don't want to know, but I want to know how other people function in a day. I want people, there are certain people I see that I want them to have a reality show because I just want to understand their life. And there's the only way to know them is behind closed doors. But I want real reality. I don't want this stage stuff. You know what I mean? I want you, oh, you're
mhm.
in the bathroom with them. I want to see them strain to have a bowel movement. That's the reality that I want. I want to go really far with it. That's so weird. I've never said that. I kind of think it's funny. I'm gonna use that for something. It's so weird. That's so gross.
So I have, and it's golden hour right now, as you can see from
It's
my glow.
I like the lighting.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, I, the thing is that people will often say the world doesn't revolve around you, and yet it does, because our perception is only our reality. So other people's existence would not exist unless we observe them. So the idea or the attraction to want to know how somebody lives through life is to try and understand a different world. Even though you're friends with somebody or you know somebody or they tell you what they've done that day, you really don't know 100% of what their day looks like, because the world is revolving around us and they are a sub character in our show or movie or whatever it is. Like, we're the main
Yeah,
character.
yeah, yeah. Do you
So
do you know? would you ever make yourself, because in my opinion, everyone's the hero of their own story, right? But
Uh-huh.
would someone make themselves the villain of their own life story?
Yeah, it's called mental illness.
Yeah, I wondered that.
People
But
self-sabotage all the time.
I know, and but in my head, because I, love my mental health, but is that like a villain or is that like the fall of the hero? So
I
that's what I
think,
was wondering. Okay.
yeah, I don't know now. I do believe that there can be main characters that are villains,
Yeah.
right? Like, and they know they are. But to like, yeah, of course, there are people who there is a bubble floating by the window. Like somebody blew a bubble and it's just floating by.
I was at a wedding and they had bubbles that you could blow. I haven't blown a bubble since I was a child. I did very bad at that. No bubbles were emitted from my blow handle. What would you call the bubble apparatus?
The dipstick.
Oh, is it called a dipstick? I like
I
blow
have no
handle,
idea.
but dipstick
And I
sounds
said it
good.
with
Okay.
such confidence that
You
it
did.
sounded correct.
I know.
Um, I used to work in weddings,
Of course you did.
and
Oh, that's a fun
people,
industry. Okay.
it so much fun, so much fun. I once
I said
found a
it
puffer.
sarcastically, but you seem very genuine.
No, it's horrible. Um, yeah, and you have to pretend like their dress is pretty, even though you know it's not.
Oh my God, but you know what the worst is? I wish, because I look back at my dress and I go, ugh, what was I thinking? I need someone to be like, Robyn, no, just, I would appreciate that. I wouldn't be offended
Did you have
because,
sleeves?
oh my God, so like, okay, I had a dress and I wanted to add sleeves. And I would say never buy a dress unless it comes fully intact because it broke. It 100% broke. I kept trying to pin it back on. I was like, oh, look at my pretty diamond sleeves. I'm a princess. Never want to be a princess at your wedding. That's stupid. Okay? Play the role of a Disney princess like a normal actor, which is also a side conversation. But being a princess at your wedding doesn't work out, okay? It's
Hmm.
not fairy tale. It's going to be a shit show. So just accept
Yeah.
that everything will go wrong. Like my dress breaking multiple times. It became strapless by the end of the night. It's not meant to be a strapless dress. It was very,
Isn't it funny
very
how I knew you had straps
well, because
or
I
sleeves, I
don't like
mean?
my, yeah, I just don't like my arms. That's just, I don't like a lot of things about me. I don't mind my lips. I didn't know people had lips issues. So thank you for letting me know that. And I learned today I don't hate my ears, but I also didn't know you could hate your ears. When people point out things like, do you hate this? I go, I don't, but should I? Do you feel that
So
way?
Beyonce is insecure about her ears. Um,
What?
and
Why?
I'll tell you, I I I don't know. I forget the reason. Um, I was also um, I was also in Texas, and it
Just
was
in general or
I
recently?
recently, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Um, and
That's a cool place.
it was somebody's birthday while we were there, and I went up to them and gave them a hug because I was retiring
One
for the evening.
one-handed or a full hug?
It was a full hug.
I want to be that
Um,
person that interrupts and asks for irrelevant details. That's my part of the
yeah,
story. Go ahead. Okay.
full hug. And I believe I did a nice cup of the head, um, and anyway, so embraced.
What was the
The
grip
next
that you
day,
used? Was it a full
soft, soft.
soft? Okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Classy.
yeah. Um, she came up to me the next day and she said, I have to tell you, the hug yesterday is very kind of you, and you have very soft ears.
Thank you. What's the response?
I I
How do
didn't
you
know
have a
how to
soft?
respond.
All ears are soft. Are they
Apparently,
not?
mine are extra soft. You'll have to touch them the next time
Oh,
we see
that's
each
that's a
other.
weird thing. Now I got to come to your comedy show just to touch your ear.
I
Man,
mean,
I mean it's worth it. Look,
a hundred
okay.
percent, a hundred
It's
percent.
if not to get Andrew out on the road again. That's my scooter name.
Yeah. Oh,
Did I tell you the issues I have? Oh, many are not soft. Robert, thank you for sharing. Like, I'm learning so much from
Easily
Robert.
sunburned. I mean, mine are sunburned.
Oh, yeah, I can see
I
that.
have, I got a sunburn yesterday. I noticed I was on Zoom. I think it's this cheek right here. It's more red than this one. I don't know in this lighting. It's hard to tell, but I noticed that when I was on camera today. Um, but I was at tennis yesterday. I'm a big tennis fan.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. So I was
What are
there
your
the
thoughts
entire
on the
week.
grunts?
Um, okay, so this was my first ever tennis match that
Oh,
that I went to. So it was actually quite it was a fun experience. Um,
good game to
Miss
see.
Romania, I'm going to talk about them as if they're pageants or pageant contestants. Miss Romania, what I noticed about her grunt was that she released all of the oxygen from her lungs with the grunt and then inhaled and then would release all of the oxygen. Miss Brazil changed up her grunts a couple of times. When
Mm,
she was performing well, she would do kind of like a barky grunt. So it was just kind of like a one aggressive, scratchy grunt. And then when she was performing poorly, she would do kind of like a two bark sequence, and that's when you knew that Miss Romania was in fact going to win, and she did.
she did.
Um, yeah, I've never saw somebody win 250,000 US dollars, so that was quite interesting. And Miss Rogers was there as well.
It's a celebrity.
Yep,
I
lots of sponsors. Harry Rosen was a sponsor as well. I don't know if you knew that.
I do know.
The what's fun is that it's called the National Bank Open,
I know
sponsored by Rogers.
because it used to be the Rogers Cup,
Yeah,
and now it's a whole or Rogers Stadium. There's something with Rogers. I
it's
was listening. I knew this was a
it's the
thing.
Sobe Stadium. It's the
Yes,
Sobe Stadium,
yes. It's no
but
longer.
it's the National Bank Cup, sponsored by
Yes,
Rogers.
it's no longer the Rogers Cup.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I found it so interesting when the announcer kept mentioning, here is your champion of the National Bank Open, sponsored by Rogers, Miss Romania. Um, you know, yeah, because I mean, if it's not Serena Williams, which is, so disappointing that I didn't get to see her. Um, yeah, but
But is it because as much as she is a Williams and they are fantastic, is it fun to see someone at the end of their career or is it sad? I
um,
personally admire that they're able to play for this long. That is
mhm,
such a testament to what an amazing athlete that they are. That's my thought on it. But I do wonder if because I think when I was watching it on TV, it was like not the reflexes weren't as not the reflexes, just like something was a little off, but still like
right,
who am I to critique? I always feel like what, so I'm gonna go out there and beat a Williams sister?
right.
I don't know.
I think
I
so.
had
Here
an
is my
argument with
thought.
myself. That was fun.
I think I think seeing Serena Williams play tennis the year of her retirement, that's something that's very special.
True.
So
Okay. I see that.
I would love to see that.
I was just trying to make you feel better. I can't believe you missed Sir.
I know.
Wow.
But it's kind of like, is
What's the
this
point of
like a
watching tennis?
share? Is this a share or like an Elton John thing when they're like,
Oh,
come give me your money now because like, I'm done, folks. And then they,
it's a classic
you
Tom
know,
Brady.
right. Yes, there's other sports
That
too.
was so predictable, though. I'm like, there's no way. What's he going to do with his life? This is all he knows. That doesn't make sense. And he's still in great physical condition. He's not injured enough to leave. I think he's going
I
to play until he, yeah.
The only time I watch football is when Beyonce's playing, but yeah.
I watch the Super Bowl so I can understand why people care. Um, I have no other thoughts on it.
I
I
mean, good for Mary J. Blige. She took that 2 minutes and ran with it.
I don't even remember a halftime show this year.
It was Dr. Dre, Eminem, Kendrick
Oh,
Lamar,
yes, yes,
Snoop
yes. Oh,
Dogg,
oh,
and
actually, it
Mary
wasn't
J.
bad.
Blige.
Yeah. It's interesting she doesn't
And
go
with
by
the
MJ.
surprise guest of 50 Cent.
Yes, that's true. There were
Remember
surprise guests.
he came down from the ceiling.
I don't. I remember the set. I was very invested in the set. And I thought that's a cool set. I don't
Yeah.
remember the perform. It's like again what I was saying about the comics, right? I don't remember when it's a good joke.
Yeah.
I
It
just
wasn't that great. I was disappointed. Um, I had predicted several things about Mary's costume, um, and I was spot on. I was spot on. I knew that there was going to be fur. I knew that there was going to be pum pum shorts. I knew that there was going to be thigh high boots. You know, because it's Mary J. Blige. She didn't disappoint. Um, yeah, her song selection could have been better, but
Did you watch? There's this Netflix documentary about J Lo, and she discusses
of
how
course.
she. You watch the halftime or whatever it's
Oh, of
called.
course. Yeah.
The reason I bring it up is because I am fascinated by the vision that was the halftime show. Because I enjoy a show that's entertaining. I did not pick up on a lot of what she was doing. There were cages that I just didn't clock were cages, and I just didn't clock it. I don't know why. I thought that's interesting. I just didn't wasn't maybe there was just so much going on. There was a pole. There were so many dancers. I
Yep.
didn't. So I
Shakira
love
playing the drums.
it. There was stuff, and it
Yep.
was to hear. And this is I never really considered to hear that they had to split the show when no one else really has to split it. They get to have the whole show and choose who else performs with them. I thought, well, that's interesting. I never thought of it that way.
I think the concept, though, of having one headliner and them choosing if they have guests or not, it is somewhat newer.
Mm,
Um, think back to because MTV used to be in charge of the production
okay.
of the halftime show. So if you think back to when Janet Jackson was performing, she was the headliner, and yet Kid Rock performed. Justin Timberlake was a surprise guest, but he performed.
Oh,
I
he
believe,
performed. It's a very
I
scandal.
believe Diddy performed. So there were several people like Janet Jackson is not calling up Kid Rock and being like, "Hey, do you have some time to perform at the
How do
Super
you
Bowl?"
know? There could be a whole celebrity speed dial section that I'm unaware of. People, it's like, when you find out, I don't know if you ever found this in school, but when you find out that people are friends with each other because they're not really friends in school, but they're actually family friends, I wonder if that's the case sometimes where you go, wait, these celebrities are friends? Why? Get very
Not Kid
invested in
Rock.
it. Okay.
Not Kid Rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they used to did that. So like this whole idea of like one person, um, taking on the Super Bowl is a bit of a newer thing. And I say newer as in like the last 15 years. Um,
Yeah, it's newish.
yeah. Um,
I don't know what number
so
they're on.
45. I don't know.
Okay. So it's still,
Who knows?
that sounded real.
I know. If you say it with confidence, it is. With especially,
45.
there you go. So yeah, I, I, I don't fully understand why they would have chosen two. I feel like Jennifer Lopez could have done it by herself. Now, here's what I love about that documentary. It um, it showcased it showcased Kim Burris, who is her creative director. Kim used to be a part of the creative direction team, creative director um, for Beyonce. So a lot
Oh,
of people are like, oh, J Lo, she's kind of copying Beyonce. It's because she's got half of Beyonce's team working for her.
interesting.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I feel. Are we doing like an e-talk news segment, by the way? I'm feeling
I
this.
I
Okay.
have so many random fun facts about the behind the scenes
I
of
love behind the
celebrities.
scenes.
I don't know much about their life, but like we could do a whole other episode purely on who wrote what song, all of that stuff. Like
I feel like there's something here. This is fun. You
I
know stuff.
love I I I know a little too much. Like I look at who's producing what song. Um,
I This is something I've never looked at.
like Glitter, for instance, going back to
Classic.
September 11th, 2001, when Glitter came out. Um, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, they produced a lot of the songs on the soundtrack for Glitter with Mariah Carey. And the reason why Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis are such, big producers in my life is because they worked so much. They did probably 90% of all of Janet Jackson's stuff.
Wow.
Wrote with her and produced. There's only 3 albums that Janet Jackson has done out of her 11, I believe she's on. There's only 3 albums that they didn't write and produce on. Her first 2.
I wonder why. You know, when there's just a discrepancy, you go, "Ooh, what was the drama?"
I can tell you. I can tell you. So her first 2, that was when she was managed by Joe. So Joseph.
Okay. Joseph to his friends, of course. Wouldn't it be funny?
Her father.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, you go by Joe, but you go more formal to your friends.
Right.
I just think that's really funny. Everyone calls me Rob, but no, my friends call me Robyn. Hi.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be very interesting. I feel like you'd be really great at writing sketch comedy.
I dabble.
So yeah, her first 2 albums, she was controlled by Joe. Her third album, which most people think is her first, Control, that's when she started working with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, and they did every album up until Discipline. And Discipline is the only album that they did not write or produce on, and it's the only album that Janet Jackson herself did not write or produce on since the release of Control. So she did all of those albums except for that one. And that's when she was in a relationship with Jermaine Dupri. She left Virgin. She went to I believe it was Island, because Jermaine Dupri was with them.
I'm just gonna say everything you say is correct. I'm just gonna nod.
Yeah. And
okay.
And Dark Child produced most of that album. And Neo wrote on that album as well and produced a bit. But that was the only album that Janet Jackson did not write one lyric on or produce a song. And then she followed up that album 8 years later with Discipline. No, that was with Unforgettable. Is
Such
that right?
a great name. I mean, isn't that ironic that you forget?
It's not Unforgettable. It's not I always forget the name. My oh my. Anyway, that's her, and I love that album. I'm trying to think because it's the first song on the album. And I'm trying to think, and it's the title track. I always forget the name of the album. And she did a world tour that was called it. Anyway, there you go.
That is so much knowledge you have in your head. As you were saying it, I could see you less and less because it's getting later and later on. And then I've never spoken to someone this late to a point where I'm like, can I see you? Hello? So funny. And I also am limited because I can't, I wish I had a switch for my light. I really rely on my window. This is a flaw right here.
Especially now that we're getting into the later months. You need to start thinking, and the fact that you're on season 5 of this, and you haven't worked out the kinks yet.
Oh, the other 2 episodes ago, Instagram just failed on me. Didn't even save the chat. It was so to a point where I'm like, I don't know, I might revamp it. This might be the last Instagram live I do. That's probably a lie, but it's I keep saying I'm done, I'm walking away, and then probably I'll do one tomorrow because. I literally ended season 4, and the next day it was season 5 because I'm like, I want to chat with my cousin. She had an opening and she was doing a show. Let's promote it. It's yeah. So what did you think about your first Instagram live? Would you do it again?
Of course. I mean, it's just like talking.
I know. And
Yeah.
people for some reason watch it. It's very weird. A lot of people watch it after the fact, and I respect that.
Honored to see you in your retirement. Look at that. Oh, wait. Yeah. Retirement is spelled wrong.
Retirement podcast. Oh, thank you.
There you go.
You know what? I think this is either episode 98 or 99, and I almost don't want to hit 100. I don't want to do it. Because
you could do the Ellen and
going to be end in a weird season.
Yep.
Yeah.
You could do that.
I mean, we all kind of know what she did, or whatever excuse, but there's 100%. a lot of hate for Ellen, which is unfortunate because I don't have an issue with Ellen. Maybe if I knew Ellen more intimately. But yeah, it's like, I intentionally wanted to retire in season 19. Is it 19? This is an odd number where you go, okay, Ellen.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, Ellen. I don't know how to point. Now it's a finger puppet.
I'll have to show you in person.
Please do.
I mean, it took me years to be able to get this right.
Yeah, because otherwise it's like a weird fisting, and that seems inappropriate. So
I work in an environment where there's a lot of like straight broy men, and they try to fist me all the time, and I don't understand.
I think we should clarify that means hitting two fists together. Let's just clarify for people that don't know what fisting is, because
men love fisting each other.
Okay, let's not clarify. I like it. Sure. However you want to interpret fisting.
Yeah,
I like a good fist.
Each other all the time.
How can you know?
I'm not into it.
Okay, you're not into it?
No.
Okay. What I'm hearing is, if you see his comedy show on Saturday, give him a good fist.
No. In fact, don't even come up to me.
Okay, but I remember what you did tell me. You did say that you rarely laugh when you are watching comedy. So I'm actually going to try my best to be you during your comedy set. I've decided I'm seeing the show. I've committed to it. And I'm not going to laugh. I'm not.
It's probably not good. Yeah, I won't. I'll make it easy for you. I mean, who knows? It's a dream come true to be able to do comedy at 3 p.m. Because
thank the Academy.
I get to do comedy, then I get to have dinner, and then go home, and my job is done. Typically, when I do comedy, I'm cranky because I've already taken a nap, and I'm a little groggy from the nap, and then I have to go and pretend like I like myself and other people. Which is difficult because I really would rather be in bed.
I hate, why can't it be for earlier? Because when I didn't go to school for acting. I went for like kinesiology. And so that's just the study of human movement. And that was an 8 a.m. kind of start class kind of vibe. So you have to be a morning person. So I'm trying to do this, but I'm also trying to balance it with the arts, which is we stay up till midnight. I go, when do you expect me to sleep? It's not even midnight. It's usually 2 a.m. And I go, this is not healthy. Can we just have a balance? I don't appreciate it. There has to be more people like us. This is your political platform. Dylan, fighting for the comedy to be at 3 p.m. everywhere. Comedy clubs close after 7. Figure it out.
No drinking.
Oh, okay.
Is that too far?
I mean, I don't drink much, so that works for me. Yeah.
I've never been drunk, so
I don't really tell people that, because then they go, "What's wrong with you?" And I that just seems like a loaded question of I don't think I could ever answer that correctly.
Everybody thinks that I had some traumatic experience with alcohol. I just don't like it.
I keep changing my answer. Sometimes I like to go with religious reasons, but not explain my religion and let them, what religion do you think I am? Oh, interesting. See, put the questions on them, keep throwing those questions their way and make them more and more uncomfortable and go, that's why you never ask someone why they don't drink. I hope you learned something today.
So RuPaul does this thing. Like he likes to have these comebacks prepared or rebuttals, or and if somebody says, ask me a question,
Why are we still talking?
I don't see how any of that is your business. So just,
I could not pull that off. I want to. Oh my gosh, doing that at a family function would be so fun because I'm at the point right now where it's like, why don't you have kids yet? And I wish I could say that to that old aunt that's going to ask the question. I already see this in a couple weeks. It's going to happen. But
yeah.
the problem is because sometimes people won't hear your response that has attitude, and then you have to keep repeating it. I don't see what's any of your business. What? I don't see.
I don't know. I think somebody would, they would stop. I think if you said that, they would stop. Why don't you drink? I don't see how that's any of your business.
Well, why don't you see that I'm concerned about you.
I don't see how that's any of your concern.
Oh, you're just going to keep saying?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
There you go.
You pull it off. This is like, I literally got my husband, he was doing, because I get him to try out material for me to see how a human should say it. And he's really funny. And then I try and do it the exact same way. And I just don't. He's such a nice guy. So he says it. It's funny. He's likable. I say it. I sound like this bitch that has an attitude problem of, I don't want to listen to her talk anymore. Can we get her off the stage? So, yeah. Dylan, I like how you delivered that line. I cannot pull it off. I do not plan on using it, but I respect you for setting boundaries.
Oh, my cat's ready for bed now.
That's okay. Honestly, I can barely see you at this point.
I know,
this has been
it's so dark.
The darkest window chat. I love it so much to a point where I don't even think we needed the visuals for the last 20 minutes. But look how fun this is. You did great. Thank you so much for being a guest.
Of course. So fun.
I could keep talking to you. We're friends now. It happened. We're best friends.
I feel like we could do like a mayonnaise a day or something, something like that type of podcast. And we could have guests.
As long as I didn't want to tell you this because we're new to the friendship. I'm not a mayonnaise person. Now, if that affects the future of our potential podcast,
no,
I would understand. Okay.
It doesn't, because I don't like peanut butter. So you can eat peanut butter and I can have mayonnaise.
Okay.
See?
Whoa. Peanut butter and mayonnaise.
It's funny. I knew you liked peanut butter and you wore sleeves to your wedding.
It's PB and maize. That's what it's called. Okay. And that's our future podcast. Tune in.
Okay. I will see you Saturday.
Sounds good. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to future watchers and have a good night. Bye.